only person that truly should love yourself is yourself.
Yeah, just compete against yourself. Your future self is always the one ahead of you. That's the person you want to try to beat, right?
Yes.
At least we're all warmed up.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, maybe the second time will come out cooler. It was meant to be.
Maybe it was meant to be.
Maybe it
Speaking of
was.
which, I am recording.
Are you recording now?
Yeah. So, welcome everybody to the first episode of From Scraps podcast with Jeffrey.
And Juan.
And this is literally the second time we're recording this because we are idiots, and apparently it's only been recording 1 minute at a time. And every time that 1 minute ended, it just looped back.
That's how you know we starting from scraps.
Yeah, seriously, because I listened back to the 55 seconds that we had of the hour and a half recording that we did, or we thought we had. And
All right.
that's crazy.
Anyways, show is basically us telling everyone our story, as we
Yeah.
try and grow, not necessarily.
We don't have to be Fortune 500 companies, but essentially what this is going to serve as is like us documenting our process and going through everything as we try to make our entrepreneurship goals happen.
Yes. Yeah.
And hopefully you guys can learn something from this and we can learn something from you guys because that'd be great because we don't know what we're doing at all. And for whatever reason, this year specifically, because we've been talking about this for a long, 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 long time now. But this year, something happened, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the crazy weather that started the year off because it was like -15 the other day. Um, but for some reason, we just got super motivated, and we just started hitting record. You started making music. I started making YouTube videos, which is like some of our primary goals that we want to do for this year. Something just happened. What happened for you?
I think now that I'm in my 30s, I think I finally caught on to
Hmm.
what maturity is.
Okay.
Yeah, because let's be honest, or at least for me, during
Uh-huh.
my 20s, I was not mature at all. Not only not mature financially, but
Yeah.
mentally either.
Yeah, same.
you know so a lot of it caught up to me when it came to goals,
Uh-huh.
because I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but at the end of the day, nothing.
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 Same.
Whether it was for music, whether it
Mhm.
was for any other hobbies I might have,
Yeah.
it just never was consistent with me.
Mhm.
And that's one of the factors why, like you mentioned, this year is just something about this year that I'm like,
Yeah.
I need a push to become
Yeah.
something I really want to be. you know
Definitely. And me too, and I'm only getting older, like I'm slightly younger than him, haha, you know,
Calm down, young guy, young man.
young men. I'm about to be 30 this year, but like it took me forever just to get my
Perfect.
degree.
I learned something.
What'd you learn?
You're still in the calendar. You only got one more year to be after 30 to be in the calendar. After that, you won't be, because I'm not in the calendar no more because I'm 32 and there's only 31 days in the calendar.
I'll enjoy it. You know what? I think I'll enjoy it more when I'm not on the calendar.
Think so?
I think so. I'm more of like a homebody. I like to stay home. I don't like to interact with too many people.
Yeah.
I have social anxiety sometimes.
Why is that? Why is it most? I hear that more often now.
Well, I think mostly now because of like no one really goes outside, and especially since COVID, like everyone's had to stay inside. So like people only really interacted like digitally, right? They didn't have to use their actual voice. They had time to think and reply, versus like when you're in a spot in a conversation, and like if you don't reply too fast, they're like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And the conversation starts to die out, and it gets really awkward really quickly. But
Yeah, that's how
you
literally dating life is.
Yeah, but like on the phone, like you don't have to reply right away, right? And it's not awkward. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just reply later, you know? And I
Yeah.
think that's why a lot of people are having it more so now.
Yeah. I mean, like I mentioned, it's like so noticeable now.
Hmm.
You can see it everywhere.
Yes,
Everywhere.
yes.
Um,
But hopefully, like, and pushing ourselves doing these goals, like we get to overcome those personal stuff too.
and maybe help one or two people out there that might be in the same spot as we are
Yeah,
to
definitely.
to break out of that little shell of yours.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, just speaking of the goals, right? Why we're so motivated? What are your goals for this year?
Once again,
Oh,
I
okay. If
started.
you didn't know, on our last recording, we made
Yeah.
fun of that because that's his rapper filler word is once again,
Once again. Anyways, once
and
again.
that's the other filler word. Anyways, it's fine. We'll learn to talk better as we go on.
I hope so. I hope so. I know. I know so.
Yeah.
Goals.
Yes.
Talk better.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's actually on one of my goals list too, because I have
and
a
you
really
guys
bad
will,
speech impediment.
and they will notice
Yes,
as we
100%.
progress our manners of talking and everything
Yeah.
in the microphone.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Go on. I'm not gonna talk about it.
music.
Yes.
Music is my biggest goals this year. My biggest goal. I mean, my biggest goal is
One
this
of your
year,
biggest goals.
if not the big goal. You
Yeah.
know, 4 years I've been pursuing music
How long would you say?
since I can remember. Dude, since I was like in early middle school, high
Yeah.
school, throughout those years, early
Mhm.
20s, throughout my 20s in general. I have always had this freaking problem, um, perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I've came to the conclusion that I will never be perfect at it because it's always going to be me judging me,
Yeah.
you know? So it's going to be so hard to be perfect,
Hmm.
when it comes to, at least for my music. Um, and I'm like, I just had to put my music out this year. Like no matter what, whether it's the negative or positive views of people,
Hmm.
I just got to put it out there because I will never know if I really sound good like what I want to sound like.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, that's probably one of the biggest goals this year for me.
Okay.
Just put music out there and let everyone judge itself.
Okay. And just a quick question.
Yeah,
Because this is called From Scraps, right?
yeah.
When is the earliest memory you have of making music?
I think I was like, what the hell was the whistle for? Paisa in me, right? The paisa
Yeah,
in
yeah,
me.
the whistle.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh my gosh. Pinche Miguel.
Pinche vato.
Oh my gosh.
¿Cómo se llama? The earliest goal, I think I was like 14, dude. I
Okay.
was like at that time, at least for me, reggaeton was big.
Hmm.
So anything with reggaeton, I was going hard in that.
I was gonna ask what year that is, but I don't want to
What year was that?
make
Like
you feel too old.
2005 to.
Holy
Oh, bro, I'm 32. I'm not any.
That's fair. You're like, I'm only
People
getting
just
older,
by
right?
saying my age, people can backtrack that. They're like, oh, it's around like between
That's
2003 2006 is probably
okay.
the time when I started doing music.
Daddy Yankee. Who were the biggest artists at the time?
Zion and Lennox,
Oh, now I'm old.
Hector El Father,
Don Omar.
Don Omar,
Mm.
Ivy Queen,
I remember Ivy Queen.
yeah, dude, and many more. We
So
can
what'd you
go.
do? Like a mix? Like what was it?
I think that's when I started mixing vocals with other beats. Just random DJ stuff.
What'd you do it on? I mean, I could only imagine that you didn't have money,
Uh,
right?
A
As a
big help was
14-year-old?
my brother. My
Oh, okay.
brother helped me a lot with
Yeah.
around that time because he had most of the equipment,
Mm.
but I just learned how to play them. I can say I learned them how to play them better.
Okay.
You know, that helped a lot, dude. One thing I used to remember, dude.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy now that you brought that up. E- Every time, like every year during winter break, I will start, recording a mix.
Yeah.
And the first day of going back to school,
Hmm.
I would just have my backpack full of CDs, dude. Record CDs, and just pass them all around the school. Just
For people
pass
who
them.
don't know what CDs are, you want to tell them?
People know what CDs are. Ah.
This guy. Really? In this day and age?
Yeah, just look up the word CD.
Yeah, so they're pretty much Blu-rays
Yeah, pretty much.
that don't fit Blu-ray movies.
Yeah,
Uh, I think the max capacity is what, like less than a gigabyte?
yeah. Anyways, so I will pack up my backpack with
Hmm.
just CDs, full pack of CDs, like 50, 60 CDs, dude. And you would just see me all around the school
Hmm.
passing them out. I think at that age I was motivated to become something cool in the DJ world,
Yeah.
but due to certain situations, it just really shifted my life. Like there's certain things in my life that changed drastically
Yeah.
my course. You know,
I yes,
that's the
100%
crazy
agree.
part. And I think that's another part
Uh-huh.
where why my music goals have never really aligned
Gone
or
anywhere?
been pushed to go
Yeah.
to its maximum
Mhm.
because they're just certain little things. And it's not just literally financial, it was more of a personal reasons,
Yes.
you know,
I can
which pushed
relate.
me back, which really pushed me back.
Yeah, I can definitely relate because around the time I was that age, right? Me talking now, right?
Mm,
Young as fuck.
right.
Uh,
I'm done, Mr. 29-year-old.
when I was like 14, 15, like I was in a band. And we were pushing our music really hard. And we had like, not to brag or anything, but as like a 15-year-old, like we had like 1,000 people liking us on Facebook, if you guys still use that.
Facebook, you weren't on like MySpace?
No,
You
that
didn't
was
at that
after our
time?
time.
What?
Yeah, for our band, it was after our time.
Damn, I feel
But like we had like a decent following for 15-year-olds, right? 1,000 people like that, and that time, like that's kind of a lot,
it is.
you know?
That's a starting point.
Yeah,
A big
and
starting point, actually.
and we were like actually recording in studios, and we were actually playing a lot of shows all over like the state of Illinois, and we had a tour planned to go to Florida from here, and we were just like trying to line up shows and everything, but like shit happened with our band, and anyways, point is, around the same age, like something big happened to me as well, and that really drained a lot of like my motivation for music
Hmm.
and a lot of like I would say life in general, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it just had that much of an effect on me.
And I think we'll get into those subjects,
Hmm.
as we progress with episodes. Because I would like to talk about them, because they're pretty significant to me.
Yeah, and
Because somehow, even though those things happen, it kind of like there's still something good that came out of them,
100%.
you know. So I mean, they're not all bad, but definitely for the actual main goal, it did affect,
Yes.
But other things, good things came out of it,
Hmm.
you know. So I mean, for now, an example for you, dude. Like,
Hmm.
what are you trying to do to progress now? Like what are you doing to actually prepare for your, for this year? Like what you're trying to on what you're trying to do.
Man, to be honest, it's a lot of mental gymnastics, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like it really, really starts with your mind and your mindset, because if you don't have that aligned with like your grind and your motivation, like your motivation won't push you far enough,
Mhm.
you know? Because there will be days where you'll get up and be like, do I have to? You know?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. And then
I get
like
that a lot.
sometimes motivation isn't enough to make you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's really like getting yourself in that mindset of like, there is no other choice.
Yeah.
Like I don't I don't just do it because I love it
Mm-hmm.
or because I have to.
Yeah.
But like it's a part of me that I need to do to express myself or feel better or like have some kind of outlet to let go of that bullshit that you accumulate throughout the day and throughout the week and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, no joke. I get those
Yeah.
often, dude. Like
Yeah.
during work and stuff. Like, man,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
But I mean, it shouldn't stop us from really what we want to be.
Mhm.
It's just part of life. I think everybody has a good day and a bad day.
Yeah,
Everybody has. Like, don't think because you have a bad day, it's the end of the world. It's really
definitely.
not. It's really not.
Definitely.
Because there's always gonna be someone that has a worse day than you. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
And yeah. I mean, that's a good point. The other thing is like don't don't fall too much into comparison with other people.
That's another thing. A lot of people. Well, just look at social media, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like
That's like their big. You know what makes me giggle a little bit
what?
when I see a lot of people posting, "Be yourself. Be the, don't let
Yeah.
anyone." But then you look at them and they're like, you're not even being yourself,
Mm-hmm.
dude. So like,
True.
it's so hard when I always see this in Instagram too, especially the Instagram females.
Uh-huh.
Once again, they're like, "Be yourself" and everything. But I'm like, you look like the other 300,000 girls out there.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's fair.
it's too hard to be yourself when you're comparing yourself to the same people.
That is true. And that's something that like a lot of people need to learn. Like you only have one person that you actually need to compete, and
Oh yeah,
that's yourself.
that's
That's
yourself.
your future self, you know?
Literally, the only person you should be proud of is yourself.
Yeah.
The only person that truly should love yourself is yourself.
Yeah, just compete against yourself. Your future self is always the one ahead of you. That's the person you want to try to beat, right?
Yes.
So
And
make
never.
that a priority.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm.
Anyways, so what's one thing that's to call? What's a plan? Wait, did I even talk about mine?
I don't even know if I mentioned mine. I mean,
No, you mentioned yours. Like what you're doing to prepare.
oh,
You know.
yeah, but I don't think I mentioned my goal.
Okay.
No, no,
Let
no,
me ask you.
no. You don't want me to talk. I get it. Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
want you to talk. So this is how we're gonna do it.
Damn.
Let
Okay.
Let me ask you something.
All right. Ask me.
What is one of your goals this year,
One of my goals.
or the goal?
I guess the biggest goal would be to have a relatively successful. You know what? I won't even put it that way. I want to hit 10K subscribers with 20K watch hours on my YouTube channel this year.
How do you plan on making that happen, though?
See, that's hard because I've been studying, and this sounds weird, but like the reality of like trying to be big on YouTube is like you have to study it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, it's a business, and if I want it to be a business, I have to treat it as one.
But you also gotta love it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't love it, right? That's why my channels are based on things that I
I
enjoy.
think one thing is like, don't go in right away thinking that money.
No, I
Because I
know.
feel like most people that walk into anything like that,
Yeah.
anything that has to do with entertainment,
Hmm.
they walk in with the mentality like, oh, there's gonna be money. Oh, I'm gonna earn.
Yeah.
No, first do the work.
Yes,
First
definitely.
show your actual
Yeah.
what you can bring.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like I'm learning and um have read or have listened about when starting YouTube, you know?
Yes.
Because I mean, to be real, like maybe even the first 100 videos you put out, like no one there's a chance that no one watches them.
Yeah, there's a chance that this podcast won't even get noticed until like who knows when.
Yeah.
You know, but our goal is to get noticed.
Yeah.
No doubt in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess now that we're saying that, I think one of the biggest things to prepare for that is being just consistent.
Definitely.
And that goes for anything.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, music.
Mm-hmm.
Music, once again, it's been my mission to put out there and stuff. And this year, at least my goal is to be consistent.
Yeah.
Once I actually release the first track, which guys, the first track is gonna be called Back in '92.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, let's play this clip I got here.
All right.
You guys will hear this in pretty much all the platforms after this. Um, and let me know what you guys think.
Cruising through in my 92. I hear the beat, you know it's time to meet. We sliding through with the party crew. We gonna party like it's 1992. 1992. 1992. 1992. We gonna party like it's 1992.
All right. I don't know what you guys thought. Let me know in any comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And it's been my biggest fear,
Mm-hmm.
of being perfectionist. I feel like I came to a conclusion that I probably will never be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm making what I like the most, which is music. But I feel like if I could just put it out there now and have people enjoy it, and
Mm-hmm.
whether they like it or not, it's just the way to go now for me. But one thing is being consistent about it.
Yeah.
My end goal for this, a lot of people say the money, but for me, it's just I just want people to hear my music. I want people to play my music.
Yeah, I want
You know,
people to have an experience
yes, with my music. You
with
know,
my creation. Yeah.
wait, yeah,
Mhm.
essentially. You know,
Yeah.
so
A good
I
experience,
guess my
hopefully.
biggest goal this year is just being consistent on the music.
Yes.
That's it. You know, if I can release 1 or 2 tracks a month, awesome.
Mhm.
My end goal is 12 tracks at the end of the year, but if I can release more, awesome. You know, and grow from there, pretty much, and obviously grow from here too. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
you guys will see our growth. You guys will hear
Hopefully.
more of us. You know, hopefully, yes, hopefully, that's for sure.
Yeah, and for the people who just listen to that track, do you have an artist name?
I do. That's another thing. Fun fact.
Uh-huh.
I've always been around that perfectionist mind.
Yeah.
And you know what's most effed up is I've never been perfect. That's the worst part. I need to get
I
that
don't
out
think
of my
anyone is perfect.
anyone. No one has been perfect, man. And it's just something that always got stuck into me. You
Mhm.
know, I don't know why. It's
I
like
think
I've been the most effed up, not effed up person, like fucked
mhm.
up person.
Well, I think it's like going back to that. I think a little bit has to do with like school, because school teaches you not to fail, right?
But I was a failure in school. That's the worst part.
I know, but like it goes back to your parents trying to teach you not to fail either. So it's like a whole group of people. Like if you fail, like you're a fuck up, and no one likes to feel like a fuck up. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just maybe I was way too. I think it's just insecurity, dude.
Yeah.
It really is because I just always been afraid to release my music or
Hmm.
any music really, or just put music out there. I
Yeah.
always been just afraid. Um, but I mean, it's changed. I don't know. I guess I needed to stop caring a little less for something that I really care about.
Yes.
You know,
Hmm.
um, I just need to stop being selfish with myself and just let it be.
Yes.
You know, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, people are gonna decide themselves.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm tired of trying to decipher myself. I want other people to just judge it themselves. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it can go good or bad, but I know for sure is that it will be better than just keeping it in my possession. You know,
Hmm.
instead I'm gonna just spread that out and see how it goes.
Yeah. And I mean, not everyone obviously is gonna like it,
Of
right?
course
Because
not. You know,
everyone has
and
preferences.
that's the thing. You know, I
Yeah.
always had the mind that like when I take something out, I know for sure everybody's gonna like it, and I came to the conclusion it's not gonna like that.
No,
It's not like that.
it's not like that.
It's not like that. It
Once you
sucks.
find the people who enjoy your music, like just
Yeah.
cater to them because they're gonna carry
So
you
at
through.
this point, I'm like, I just want people to hear my music
Yeah,
and see how it goes.
that's how
You
I
know?
am with my videos, right?
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing that we've been stuck in
Hmm.
and trying to make sure that people will like it. But we will never know if we don't freaking put it out there.
Yeah, true.
You know? So I mean that's probably the biggest thing this year for me. And my biggest way of actually dealing with it. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. So, that track you played, right?
Yeah.
Released now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally lost track of what I was gonna say about the name.
Oh, go ahead. So,
Yeah, so that perfectionist thing is I always try to be like, oh, what name should I put? Should I put this, a short name, a longer name, two names, whatnot?
mhm,
And I just came to the conclusion that I'm just gonna make a simple name. It's Fanatic,
mhm,
you know. Uh, it just I'm just gonna roll with it. I no longer care what my actual artist name would be, you know.
mhm.
But if I have to choose, I'm just gonna put Fanatic. That's it.
You
You
never
know,
thought of doing just your name?
I did. I did. Don't get me wrong. I thought once again. I thought about everything, whether it's in Spanish, English,
Mhm.
uh, but I don't know. Just fanatic, you know.
Okay, that's fair.
We'll just go. We'll just roll with that.
Yeah, why not?
You know, there's nothing to lose. It's just a name. You know.
Sorry, I had a
Welcome,
yawn.
welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, what is your strategy for this year?
For this year,
Yeah,
consistency
as
is,
well.
yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing that's gonna carry anything, right?
It really does, and that is what I heard from many. Like I watch these other big
Mhm.
name DJs, producers, and they always talk about they end up with the same. Like after they give you a whole brief of like, you know what, do this, produce it this way, blah blah blah. They always end up with be consistent.
Yeah, and not just consistency for consistency's sake. Like you have to be willing to be consistent and growing.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. As well as you guys will see this
So yeah.
in this podcast. You guys will see our ways of growing mentally, vocally,
Mhm.
consistent, and just bringing out as much as possible knowledge, entertainment, laughters, all these kind of things we're gonna try and bring to you guys,
Yeah.
as we go in the months to come.
In this new podcast world that
Yeah, we can't even believe we're already here, dude. We're
Yeah.
actually recording
the second
the
time.
second time, but hey, it's more than we've done in the past who knows how many years since I met you, dude.
Yeah, and kudos to us because we actually decided to record a second time.
Yeah, we didn't get frustrated. We're like, yeah, we'll do it in the next 10 years. again.
Yeah, we'll do it in 2 weeks again.
We'll
We
do
have
it
to
in 2
record the second episode.
No. We gotta, like they say, you gotta man up and just do it.
Yeah, just suck it up. Just keep
Suck it up.
going, right? So hopefully that keeps us accountable. You know what's crazy? Recording it the second time, like I feel like we just ran through everything so fast.
It is, right?
You know, like
I
I don't know if we warmed up or if like
think
we
that's
just
what it is.
we became
I,
so
I
good for
noticed,
the next episode.
like
Makes me laugh.
if you notice if you ever listen to the Joe Rogan,
Uh-huh.
sometimes they start recording while they're in mid conversation. Like, oh shit, let's start recording now. We've
Yeah.
been conversating for an hour.
Yeah,
So maybe they get warmed up and shit. So maybe
Maybe.
we should try that ourselves. What's it called? We will bring our side of the Hispanic, which is the language too. We will try and vamos a hablar en español tal vez de vez en cuando.
yeah, not me, not so much.
Well, why not, dude? You know
Well-
Spanish.
I can't speak it that well.
Stop it.
What? I'm serious.
A ver, hay que hablar español. For the
No.
next 10 seconds. 10, 9.
8.
Ah, sí sabes. Dime cuál es algo que vas a traer a la mesa para este podcast.
My evergreen youth.
Guys, he knows Spanish. He's just acting up. It's just the watermelon side of him, dang.
It's the watermelon in me.
The watermelon in you.
Who
Anyway,
also speak Spanish. No, actually, I have no idea. What am I bringing to this table? A tablecloth.
there you go. Table. Now, what's one knowledge you would like to learn, dude?
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, so the YouTube thing is one of my goals,
hmm
right? And with that, I want to I would love to learn cinematic filming, good storytelling techniques, storytelling in general,
Mm.
as well as like good editing techniques, because that was so a little backtracking here. All right. So I'm almost 30 and I graduated college in 2022 when I was 28. On my birthday, I walked the stage to grab my diploma. All right, it was pretty cool. But I've been in college since 2014. So,
So that's almost 10 years.
yeah. Almost 10 years in just college hell,
Which, let me pause you. We are going to get into that conversation about is it worth going to college? Is there other
avenues.
avenues, whether it's trade schools
Mhm.
or just learning something, or do you really need college to be successful?
Yeah.
But back to your story.
Yeah. So my first major was actually filming. That was my first degree that I was pursuing at Tribeca in Chicago. Dropped that because I'm broke and Tribeca's too expensive. Then the following year, well, I guess the following semester, I went to NIU. And my major was human resources. I was going to be an HR person. And as soon as I started classes, I was like, nope, not doing that. So I went to do computer science.
Ooh.
Yeah. I took one C++ class, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I can make a calculator." And then I never went to class again. And I changed my major again. And then I became a communications major with a emphasis on media studies with a art minor. And then I was like, nah. And this is like my second year in. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be an electrical engineer. But
Not what I mean, that field they earn
yeah,
some decent money.
I know, because I wanted to be like in I wanted to be in neural engineering,
Yeah.
which has to do with like your nervous system and engineering. So it's more of
Mhm.
like a biomedical engineer,
Yeah.
which is what I was trying to go for. But then I was like, nah, I have to redo all of college. I'm not gonna do this. So I dropped out. I came back the next semester. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be I forget what they're called. The majors that think. What are they called?
The majors that think.
Yeah, like their whole degree is just based on like philosophy, a philosophy major.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I read a lot of CEOs are like they have that kind of background for some reason. I don't
Mm.
know why.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Nah. And I just dropped out of college altogether.
After 10 years.
No, no, no. That was like three. After that, that was like what, 4 or 5 years
Okay.
of like just battling.
Yeah.
Um, so I just dropped out of college altogether, and then in 2019, when the pandemic hit, like right before it peaked, I was like, I'm gonna go back to college. Why not? I'm just gonna fucking finish it. So I ended up going to Full Sail for my game design degree. Even there, I swapped my majors. I
Oh wow.
initially went in for digital cinematography,
Yeah.
uh, which I kind of want to do. You know, like I love the idea of storytelling and filming, but I felt like game design will help me get there better because I felt like everything was moving to virtual production,
Yeah.
you know? But then I graduated into a collapsing industry, so there's no jobs for me at my skill level at least. So,
So this is where, like I mentioned, like, is school really needed for everyone? Is school really something you should proceed? In my case, I completely did the opposite. I never proceed school.
mhm,
Even though now I look at it, I'm like, man, I should have done better in school. There's certain days where I feel like it would be cool to have a degree.
yeah,
But you really gotta be realistic to see if you're really gonna actually continue
yeah,
what you go for. In my case, I just took the route of 9 to 5, not even a 9 to 5,
mhm.
like more like a normal job.
95, I think, is a normal
Yeah,
job.
you would say I always thought 9 to 5 is more of a office job.
Yeah.
In my case, just delivering packages.
Mhm.
Exciting.
Yes, the
Delivering
most
package at
exciting.
people's front door. Tell me
Yes.
if that's not exciting.
Mm,
Super
only when
exciting.
there's a dog trying to bite you.
And let me tell you, I've gotten bitten. Nah, but joke aside, yeah, nah, that's once I step into the package delivering, I think that's when it really hit me.
Mm,
I need to do something with my life. And I'm not saying package delivering is bad. I really am not, you know.
it's
It's just
horrible.
nah, no, it's really not bad.
No, I did it for a little bit too.
Yeah, but it's just I feel like there's more to me.
Yes.
At least for me, that I feel like I know I'm capable of doing. Previously to that, I was doing mechanic, which you were like, dude, that's probably better already,
Hmm.
than package delivery. But
Not in this weather where we live.
yeah, it's like I still felt like I can do something better.
Uh-huh.
After I got into the package delivery, I started really opening my mind. The past few years, I've been slowly opening my mind to like I can do better. I can do better.
Hmm.
And once again, we get back to the front to the very beginning where we started, where it's this year is just clicked for me.
Yeah.
I gotta do better.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I gotta start doing what I really like. And I know this is an old saying. Oh, if you really like doing something, do it.
Hmm.
Sadly, we don't know if it's gonna work out either.
Nope.
Our situation right now, what we're doing right now, what you guys are hearing, doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Yep.
But this is at least I'm giving it a try. I'm giving it a go.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna do it. If it hits, if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, at least I gave it a try.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stick around and think maybe it's not gonna work. Why even bother?
Mm-hmm.
But at least I'm taking the chances.
Yeah.
So this year is just like basically how I feel.
Mm.
I felt like it had to go. But other than that, like, is college needed? Who knows?
Yeah.
It depends on what you go for.
Yeah, and I think that's a topic we can get into deeper later.
Yeah, as well as once again, that's definitely a topic we can get into. Trade school.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people sleep on the trade schools. I
Yeah.
don't know why. They earn good money. They got decent living,
Mm-hmm.
but that's something we'll get into it. Mechanics, you can say, is a trade school, a trade
It is a
work,
trade.
trade job.
Yeah.
It's good money. Don't get me wrong. When I was doing mechanics, it's decent money, but it's still, I didn't feel right. And not because I don't like mechanics. I like working on cars still.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a while, I still like working on cars. I
Yeah.
still work on a project of mine,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, if you guys have a 240SX, thumbs up. Other than that, I mean, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. And what about for you? Like, what are some of the knowledge things that you would hope to get out of this year?
I think one of the biggest knowledgeable thing you can go, and it can probably be for you too,
Mm-hmm.
is connecting with others, with
Yeah.
other people that are in the same not situation, but in the same
Mindset?
I would say mindset.
Uh-huh.
Because one thing is mindset, another thing is people who are actually doing what you want to do. So I'm saying, like, connect with other people that are already doing,
So like find a mentor?
find mentors, find people that can give you not only tips on, in my case, not only tips on music,
Mm-hmm.
but on how to get out there,
Yeah, how to distribute.
how to get noticed, how
Yeah.
to get noticed. So, I mean, that's probably that'll be a cool thing to find people who are already a little bit more deep into it
Uh-huh.
to to learn from, to
Yeah.
learn from them.
Yeah, because I feel like we are definitely lacking in knowledge.
Big time.
You know?
As you guys can see with this podcast, we are definitely lacking.
Yeah.
We still got a lot to learn. We still got a lot to fix. But if you guys start hearing it sound better as we go,
Mm-hmm.
just know either we got decently mentor or we literally are learning the game as we go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all we can do in life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just learn as we go.
Well, I mean, now that we're talking about knowledge,
Uh-huh.
what would you say is your current knowledge about this?
I mean, I've just been doing a light studying, I guess, of YouTube,
Yeah.
the algorithm, and like just trying to understand like the process and things like that of YouTube.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's a difference between short videos and, full length video.
I mean, besides like
when,
obviously length, right?
yeah.
Besides length, like there is a different way you have to like format it,
Okay.
or like a different way you have to present your topic in that video because you don't have as much time, or you have too much time, or like
How to catch people's attention and stuff
yeah,
like that,
really
right?
quickly, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very different because I think you have to do it like within the first 3 to 6 seconds in a short. But in a YouTube video that's like longer, you have up to 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's where you got those people doing those big intros and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like Mr. Beast.
Man, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. No matter whether you like him or not,
Mm-hmm.
that guy has mastered YouTube.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like like I've heard of a lot of him in like podcasts and stuff and like how he talks about YouTube, and
Man, yeah.
he was like super obsessed with YouTube. Like he would literally, I guess at one point he worked at McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
I'm totally misspeaking, but like he would wake up, like talk to a bunch of people about YouTube for 16 hours, go to sleep, wake up, and do it again for
He
like
literally
years.
is the eat, sleep, repeat of YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And you know, he has like a lot of like wisdom and knowledge, and like I'm sure he can go off and start any YouTube channel that he wants without his
Oh,
face
heck yeah.
showing and just blow it up, you know, easily
He
because
has
of
the keys.
everything he knows.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah,
Mr. Beast, if you're hearing this, we would love to be mentored by you. That's for sure.
True.
Talking about that, if anybody really is hearing out there and has any kind of feedback, let us know. Comment wherever it's able to.
I mean, yeah. I
Wherever
posted this on YouTube
any suggestion. We should really.
because I don't
Good.
think they can comment on Spotify or
Oh
like.
yeah, they can, right? Okay, so yeah, YouTube. We're gonna
Yeah.
be posting on YouTube, but also Spotify.
Yeah.
For Spotify listeners, just keep coming back, and I promise you guys are gonna see progress.
Everyone, just keep coming back, please.
Just keep coming back. Good or bad feedback, we're gonna take it. It's whatever, but just keep it coming. We will. I said we will
Okay.
succeed.
All right. And if
Fool
you're
me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, a fool can be fooled twice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Scooby Dooby Doo.
No, that's George Bush.
Oh.
Gosh, don't put that in
Okay.
there. Nah, but for real, like, if anybody has suggestions and subjects we should bring out, except political. We're just not trying to go that route.
Yeah, we don't know anything. We don't want to misspeak, and
Not only that, but because this is more about our progress in life. Politics shouldn't really concern us aside from us achieving goals.
yeah,
So me voting for someone else is really not gonna make my music grow or not grow. In this sense. So
yeah. No, I was gonna say something, but never mind.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
Trump. I know.
I thought he was. Never mind. We're not gonna get into it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But aside from that, like if you are
Don't
on
put that shit.
YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment. Obviously provide the feedback, but I'm more interested in what are your goals for this year? What motivated you to get there, or to try to
What's
get there?
motivating you to get there?
Yeah.
So just follow us, keep in touch. Like they always say, comment, subscribe, share,
Hit the
and whatever.
notification bell.
Yes. Put it on your playlist. Anything that has to do with media.
Turn the snare up in my headphones.
Hey. And hope you guys like Jeffrey's videos and you guys enjoy my music.
Yeah, I'll leave a
We
link
can all
in the
be
comment.
part of your
the description.
guys' life in the future.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Juan,
I'm Jeffrey.
and this was From Scraps.